What's up, y'all? It's your boy Marcus back for another video on Spiritual Academy, and today we're going to be talking about the truth and knowledge of the Akashic Records. Alright, y'all, so before we get into anything, what is the Akashic Records, right? Everyone have their own perspective on what it is, so like I always say, take what resonates for you and leave the rest, okay? So, from my understanding, my perspective, the Akashic Records is not a physical place, right? It's more of like information, like the information of the knowledge that holds every single thing, all information of the universe, of the omniverse, holds all the information, right? All of our lifetimes, pretty much the collective history of the entire universe, right? Since the so-called start, right? Because time in higher realms, we don't see time the same, right? So in this time we have, okay, it's 11:18 o'clock right now while I'm recording this, right? You know, February 15th I'm recording this, right? So this is just the timing they have here, right? The linear time. But when you go to higher realms, or once you transition to the higher realms, right, your time is seen differently and shifted, right? Even if we be like, okay, in high realms there is no time, everything is existing in the now. It's true, but that perspective may be different from a higher consciousness level. So just take a resonance. But Akashic Records is basically the record of everything that ever happened in the history of the universe, history of the omniverse, right? So because there's different universe, there it's just infinite, right? It's infinite all around us, right? But yeah. So first off, we want to talk about personal records. So we're going to talk about the personal, your incarnations, personal experiences. So first, the personal records, okay? So the personal records is things that hold all of your incarnations, right, as a soul, or your soul path. Even though, you know, we're all one, right? We're all one on all one consciousness, all light, all energy, right, from the source. So we are all source in different aspects and different perspectives. And in a way, we're like different expressions of the source, but we're all still that one source, right? All together, we're all one. We just express ourselves. We chose to have our own soul path and take our own experiences, right, to create our own experiences, right? But we're still source at the end of the day, right? So yeah, but the personal records hold all of your records. The Akashic Records, I would say, is more of etheric. It's more things you can actually tap into this, right? You have the ability to tap into these things. And depending on you, because we've done shout out to the Ascension group, but on the Ascension group, we've done meditations where we've tapped into our Akashic Records, and we just like she would do like a visualization thing, okay, visualizing you entering this, and so we would get messages from spirit, messages from those Akashic Records. You can tap into, you have access to this, like you're not separated, right? But understanding also that we have everything is within us, right? We can tap into that instantly, right? If we just calm the mind and really go deeper into it. I feel like it really depends on it don't matter how far you are on your journey, okay? But the more you are on your journey, the more I feel you can tap into more, because you have less things that's holding you back from entering to that next stage spiritually, right? So yeah, but the Akashic Records is a record of everything in the universe, everything in the cosmos that have taken over billions of years of history of our universe, and probably universes outside of ours, right? Or their universes could have their own. But I feel like the Akashic Records holds information of everything, the omniverse, right? Everything in history that has taken place, right? It is not a physical thing. It is a more metaphysical, spiritual, etheric type of knowledge, right? Like Christy says, in our message, there are keepers of the knowledge, keepers that protect this knowledge and guide this knowledge, right? But it's not a real place. But I feel like it is a state of being you can enter through consciousness, right? Like just like our consciousness can be in high realms and choose to incarnate to come down to lower realms, it's just like that. We can tap into the Akashic Records. We can tap into our own records, right, of our incarnations, right, our past incarnations. But we're going to shift to this. We'll step into more of the collective Akashic Record, but I want to talk about personally our own experiences, right? So we have our own incarnations, right? Let's say we incarnated here right now on Earth, or Gaia, right, or Kai, whatever they want to call it. But Gaia is a great word for that, I guess. 11:22 o'clock. But yeah, you can use this, you can tap into this, but it holds our own personal, so-called personal incarnations, right? Personal experiences. our soul lessons. All right, so this is tapping into our own personal experiences. So our experiences are like what we experienced in this lifetime, what we chose to experience here, like everything that we've had to go through in these separate, so-called separate lifetimes. When they're all connected, right? That's why I say so-called. When I say so-called, it's deeper than that. But yeah, confirmation. It's deeper than that. But yeah. But our own personal records keep our incarnation, our personal experiences, what we chose to do, everything that we've ever experienced, everything we've ever done in that record, that we can easily, like, we have the knowledge of this all anyway. Like, I feel like our pop, we can tap into our own Akashic Records because all the knowledge is hidden, is within us. We can tap into that. It's us, right? We are source. We are everyone, right? All of us are one consciousness that chose to have their own soul path, to have their own experiences, which is this, at the end of the day, it's still source's experience because we're all source, right? But anyway, that's it for incarnations and personal experiences. Next, I want to talk about soul lessons. So the Akashic Records holds our soul lessons, okay? So soul lessons are things we chose to go through, right? Just like experiences and soul lessons. So let's say you experience anything. Let's say you had to experience your mom getting sick or something, to like, you know, everything we've been through our life. Like, to me, for me, breaking my leg or experiencing my grandfather pass away in front of me, you know, like all the experience, like life, basically everything that happens in life. That's what the soul lessons are, that we chose to experience, that we chose to go through. Soul lessons, they help us grow and elevate as a soul, right? As energy, as consciousness. All right, so soul lessons is very important, right? These things that you personally chose as a soul to learn, what you chose to learn in this lifetime, right? To help you elevate as a soul, you know what I'm saying? So you can go through lessons you need to learn and just elevate, right? And it could be way more to that after the transition of this lifetime, more that we, you know, do. But yeah, but those soul lessons, so that's definitely a huge, big step when it turns to incarnations and how we choose to experience certain things. Next, I'm going to talk about is soul contracts, okay? So as well, the Akashic Records hold soul lessons as well as soul contracts, okay? So these contracts we sign with other souls. Most of us, we choose to incarnate with that soul to experience something. Let's say your mom, right? Your mom in your physical life, some of us has chose to communicate to that soul that we would incarnate around the same time. Like, okay, you incarnate first and I'll incarnate as your kid. Yes, we've actually done these things. You sign soul contracts with certain people. That's why people call it karmics, twin flames. Not really twin flame. Twin flame is more of a, that is your soul, you know what I'm saying, in that body. And yes, we sign contracts with that as well. But yeah, twin flames, karmic relationships, karmic soulmates, and all different soul contracts. So you could have signed a soul contract, okay, to be here during this ascension, ascend, and then do work on the new earth. So you could have that in your contract somewhere, you know what I'm saying? So soul contracts are contracts we sign for a period of time, just like to live and to incarnate here. We've had to sign soul contracts. Okay, we will be here during this time. We will go through transition to 5D consciousness, right? So that is leveling up spiritually, doing the work, right? So soul contracts are just, as well, are these sparks of these sparks that initiate the coding within our soul to start to awaken. So before I awakened, you could have had a crazy experience, right? In my awakening, I met my twin, and that, boom, sparked my awakening, right? That was like the last spark that sparked my awakening spiritually, okay? But yeah, we sign soul contract. It's just everywhere, right? You don't even know. You could have chose your family, like all of your entire family, your bloodline. We didn't just choose to incarnate in just any random bloodline. Understand that. Like, our family is very important into this as well. And 9 times out of 10, we've all chose as a family to incarnate here together. Okay, go back. I'm gonna link the video down below. Shout out to Black Magic 363. I'm gonna link his channel here. He did a live with Sister Myra, and she talked about soul contracts. Go watch that video. I'll link it right here. Okay, but yeah. Matter of fact, yeah, I'm linking in cards, so I'm trying to link it in cards as well if I can. But yeah. Soul contracts, some of us literally choose to incarnate with our family. Okay, y'all go down there first, lay the groundwork for us to, for us souls to incarnate here, right? So that will be it. Go down there, you know what I'm saying, get pregnant, and we'll allow the souls and the astrals and higher realms to come down to incarnate here. All right, so that is a huge. So contracts are very huge. You know what I'm saying? We signed this pre to coming down here on Earth and to living this physical experience. Okay, so yeah, that's definitely huge. Next, we're gonna talk about the history of the omniverse. Like last video, we talked about star seeds and ET races, right? That was the last video back in what the 19th. When y'all are seeing this on the 21st. So the 19th, y'all seen the star seeds and ET races. Go back and watch it. I'll link it right here. Okay, go back and watch that video. All right. Yeah, but like I said, you have to. This is the history of the omniverse. Is the history of everything that happened within that omniverse, within that universe, within that that energy, that light, that consciousness, everything that the billions of years, trillions of years of history that happened, right? But yeah, that's what we're talking about. The history of the omniverse. It keeps everything, all the things we did, the Dracos, every ET race it has. And see, this is the thing as well about the so-called ET races. They're not really ET. They're us, and just different avatars, different atmospheres, and higher realms. But yeah, like I said, they have not just the beings that we know of now, like the Syrian. There are a whole thousands of other races that we're just not aware of, that we're not aware of. But though I feel like, and this is something they said, like there's this girl, she was like, this woman, she was like, yeah, these beings that we know of, the Syrians, the ones that are more common to us, these are just the ones that had a huge play into humanity's evolution. But there are a lot of other beings out there that we're not aware of. Okay, so that is one thing. But the history of the omniverse, you can tap into this. Okay, you are a part of it. Okay, you are like, you have to understand that. Oh man, and this is the thing where Isis Wisdom spoke about, you know, everything around us is source. The planet is source. The so-called space or the realm above this is source. Everything. So we are within source having this experience. And this is why Isis Wisdom was speaking about this. And she was facts, because everything is source. Everything is made up of that divine source energy, right? So yeah, man, it's a lot with that. Okay. Next is collective history. So this is our own collective history of every lifetime we've lived, back into Lyra, back into the Draconian wars and what happened with them and how we fell in frequency on the planet and how they controlling everything now. So-called control. They're not really controlling, right? They're just playing a role, right? Just like we are. They're playing the role, okay? And humanity's evolution, and they're just trying to hang on. That's falling and the system is crumbling. So it's just, yeah, it is what it is. But the collective is because we are all collective. We are all connected. Every being in the omniverse. You are everything, and you are all of creation, literally. Like when you realize you are connected to all of creation, you are all of creation. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But next, karma. Okay, I knew this video wasn't gonna be too long. Karma holds karma, right? So some people have karmic ties or karma they have to play out in their lifetimes. That's why a lot of people they call it the reincarnation soul trap, but I don't think it's not really a soul trap. It's just people have to reincarnate here because they have karmic lessons to learn, right? And that's how they say, okay, so-called the earth, okay, the earth is ascending, and those who are not ready for the ascension will have to stay on the 3D realm to play out their karma so they can elevate to higher realms. It's like school, their graduation stage, right? Not saying because we're getting up and we're higher than them, but they just have to learn their own soul lessons. They chose to experience this. They chose this path, okay? And a lot of souls here choose to come down here, and it's messed up like 3D, bro. From a 3D perspective, obviously from a 5D mind, this planet is beautiful. It just needs cleansing and this energy and love and light to come on this planet. That's all that is, right? But this planet is beautiful, bro. Gaia is beautiful. This experience is beautiful. But you know, a lot of souls choose that energy, right? Because it is a choice. You will choose whether you want to be malevolent or benevolent, right? Which I don't even think that's benevolent. I mean, I just don't like the words. Whether you choose different polarities, right? You want to choose that higher, that light polarity, or that dark polarity of the lower energies, lower vibrations, or do you want to choose the higher energies, the higher vibrations? So it just depends on you, you know what I'm saying? And not mean because they choose to experience some low vibrations that they're not bad. No, they just chose to experience that. A lot of souls do choose to experience addiction, to experience these things, because they've never experienced it before. That's why a lot of us are on the planet right now. Not only because they want to experience these things, but because we're here to bring light and love to the planet, to help raise the vibration of everybody around us. So when we elevate spiritually, it's not just about us, it's about us elevating spiritually so we can be of service to the collective, right? So we can bring that energy to everyone around us. So when we start radiating that energy affects every being around us. All right? So yeah, all future possibilities. Now this is so-called because there is no future. That's just a now, right? Everything existing in the now, all lifetimes in the now, everything that past lifetimes that you've experienced is in the now, right? So it's not really all future possibilities. It's just all possibilities that are still that are happening now, right? That are so-called in the future because it's in a different timeline or in an extended timeline that are way farther ahead than this timeline at the moment. All right. So yeah. So this is all future possibilities, all future incarnations, all future experiences that you can have. Dude, the universe is ever expanding, and it's a lot of people that choose that. People that say, okay, this is our last incarnation. I just don't believe that because the universe is so huge and it's ever expanding. There's multiple experiences to be had. But I think they mean by that is when you graduate to the high realms, you won't have to experience the lower realms anymore. So that could be some of us. It could be our last incarnations on Earth. We never know, you know what I'm saying? Or our last incarnations on this 3D realm of Earth, right? But yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all. I feel like I touched everything. You can, okay, how to tap into the Akashic Records before I leave, okay? So you can tap into the Akashic Records anytime, y'all. It's just how much focus you have on that visualizations. You don't have to always do visualizations, okay? You can just go into a meditation, I would say more deeper meditation. Go into more deeper meditation. Don't just throw in a 5-minute meditation and expect you to. No, you have to go deeper. At least an hour, bro. At least an hour meditation. I would say that will work out because don't get me wrong. We've on Ascension, we've done meditations like 10, 15, 20 minutes in, and we would be able to tap in and just what resonates with you. You may be able to throw in a 20-minute meditation and go tap into that. For others, they may not be able to do that quickly. Some of y'all may need an hour to 30 minutes. You just don't know, right? So, but I would say for you to get more deeper into your inner self, to tap into that, I would say at least 30 to 45 minutes, okay, to an hour, if you want to get a more deeper experience and tap into it more, okay? Yeah, I mean, sometimes I would tap into meditation. I remember this meditation we had on Ascension, to the point where we was like, okay, close your eyes, and we did some breathing for like a good 5 to 10 minutes, codes, and then we was like, okay, boom, move on. Visualize you walking right into this library, right? So we visualize the Akashic Records as a library, right, of knowledge, of information, of energy, of light. So we just imagine that, okay, and we walk in, experience it, okay. What does it feel like to be here? What's calling to you? Like, if you feel like you're being pulled to this space, and sometimes even like sometimes we would do the visualization, and Christy would be leading the visualizations, and Spirit pulled me to a different side of the library or somewhere else in the library to focus my attention on. You know what I'm saying? So, I would say don't force it. If you want to visualize, but don't try to stop it if you're trying to direct it. Just let it come. If you visualize it in the library and it takes you into another door in that library, like, just go, right? Just allow this things to happen, right? Just allow it to happen. You can look it up on YouTube. I'll link one right here, okay? I won't link one, but y'all can look it up, man. Do your own due diligence. Look up on YouTube Akashic Records meditation. You can do this easy. Like, type it up, Google it. We in the age of information, of knowledge, okay? The age of Aquarius, yo. You have to have that inner knowing, okay? So do your own due diligence, and tap into that beat. Yeah, tap into that. I can look up right now. Boom. Let me show y'all. Look up right now. Matter of fact, I might do one today. Akashic Records. Look, Akashic Records. Guided meditation, 15 minutes. Boom. Boom, right there. Y'all can barely see that jump, but boom, Akashic Records, her guidance. Boom, look it up. You know what I'm saying? And y'all can look, if y'all want this exact one that's on my screen, it's called Guided Meditations by Nikki Sutton. And you can just look up Akashic Records meditation 20 minutes, and she's gonna pop up. Boom, right there. The first video on there. And you can actually tap in and look how to access the book of life, past life energies. information. Just look it up, y'all. Simple. But anyway, that's all I have to say about this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, my name is Marcus. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of Spiritual Academy. I'm out of here. Peace.